I can remember when I was younger, my family and I would take long trips to see other relatives that lived in the South. And we always had to pass through New York City. And I once remembered my dad telling me that every time I passed through New York, that I should yell his name out at the top of my lungs and that he would be there to hear it and that he would yell back to me. Well, I yelled his name every time and I always thought that he was there listening, but he never seemed to call my name back. I was sure that he was there listening, but maybe I just didn't shout loud enough. So next time I shouted louder, and after all these times of shouting so loud, I just stopped. I thought maybe he just wasn't listening.
No, I never thought about being a dad before I became, because I guess I was 20 years old, so I was thinking about other things. But when I found out that Bianca's mother was pregnant, then I thought about it a little bit, but mostly I didn't. I just sort of kept going on with my life and thought it would just go away. But never did, which is a good thing.
Well, we were shocked. We have this 20-year-old boy, he's in junior at NYU, and he gives us this news. So August the 3rd came, the child was born in 1990, and he goes to see this child within about a week of her birth, and he calls us and tells us, this is my child. And so, this is my child.
I said, well, here's your baby, and they put her in my arms, and I was like, I just remember shaking really hard. I was really nervous, and I almost dropped her, and I was shaking, and yeah, so that was the first time I met her. It was exciting and really, really scary.
Before he got married, he would basically be here at least once a month. But then he got married and I stopped seeing him as much. I mean, it was kind of a slow progression.
My brother has been somebody who has not been, I think, the most responsible father, to say the least. I think my parents have taken a lot of the role in sort of filling that void.
Now that I have a family, a wife, and 3 children outside of Bianca, it's very difficult. I don't have a lot of time.
In some ways, I'm more frustrated with him now because I feel like he's more mature now and he's more disciplined now. When he was younger, he maybe wasn't the most responsible person, so maybe he wasn't the most responsible father, but I don't consider him to be a responsible father to Bianca.
There's been some strain in the relationship with the whole evil stepmother, cliches kind of play out in reality. So, it's been hard, especially since my second child, because I can't go to Providence and see her.
I guess I want the kind of relationship where I can just call him and be like, hey Dad, I'm coming to New York just to hang out for a couple of days. Or he'll come down here for no reason, just to hang out. I mean, it's not like that now. I mean, he comes here if he has a reason. And I just wish it wasn't like that. I mean, we've made attempts for it to be not like that, but it's kind of tough with him being in his situation. He has a family, he has a wife, he has kids. My sisters, I have 3 of them, and they're really cute. I wish I could get to know them a little bit, but people tell me that one day when they get older, they're going to realize that they have an older sister and they're going to want to get to know her, and I'm sure they will.
Well, Bianca's been somewhat estranged from my family because of a lot of different circumstances. This is a little bit hard for me to answer. What can I say about this?
I think it's hard. I mean, I think it would be hard. It's always hard when you have kids from different sort of relationships, and you're trying to sort of merge and make that all happen. I don't think that's ever going to be easy. But I think that he has allowed his wife to sort of influence his relationship with Bianca.
You know, Bianca hasn't really spent time with the rest of my family, and it's one of those things that I pray about and that I chant about to fix.
I also kind of wish that instead of being like a friend to me when I'm with him, he was also a dad. I mean, I appreciate our relationship now.
I think I do have some regrets about our relationship in terms of how I handle things. And, you know, that I was more of a friend to her than a father. You know, I think that it's kind of a fault in my personality. You know, I kind of let things, you know, I'm very easygoing to a point that it's probably not a good thing. And I didn't force some of the things that I maybe should have. And you know, it's really hard when you don't see your child. It's like when you don't see your child for long periods of time. When you do see them, it's a very strange. First of all, it's very awkward, almost unnatural. And then you just want to, you know, have fun. You know, you don't want to deal with all that stuff that you really do need to deal with. And so, you know, you don't have enough time to deal with it. So you just want to have a good time.
If I could describe my dad in one word, I would have to say cool. My dad is mad cool. I don't know, he's really funny. He's really laid back, just like me.
She's mad cool. She's mad cool. She's got a really cool personality. She's a cool person.
And I just wish that we would spend more time together, because if we did, he would know that I'm just like him. I remember when I was little, there was a song by Will Smith called Just the Two of Us. And I was in the car one day with my mom, and the song came on, and I just started crying. And I didn't know why, but it's because the song is about a relationship between a son and father, and how they're always together and how they have so much fun. And I just thought about how much fun I have with my dad, but I only see him like twice a year.
I wish that our relationship could change in the fact that we could spend more time together. I'm really excited about the fact that she's sort of getting out of the nest and becoming a young woman.
Sometimes I wish that I was like those other girls, and I didn't like my dad, or I didn't want him around, but I do, and I hate that I'm like that, because I really do love my dad.
I do think about Bianca a lot. She's always been a real force in my soul. I mean, she's my first child, and kind of because I had her at a young age. I mean, I was old enough. I was 20, but she definitely cemented who I am. She was part of what my personality is, I think, as an adult, because I always had her, even though, you know, I wasn't raising her. She was always there. When I did things, bad or good, I thought about her and how she would feel about those things. So she's definitely been very instrumental in making me who I am.
Now, Dad, this is a very sensitive subject.
Just the two of us. Oh, yeah. Oh.